everybody? It is WebsterStyle and Brian Sapph from the NRW Checkpoint here with another trivia reaction. This time is for an American hero. Definitely someone who revolutionized the boxing ring and the kitchen. It's none other than Big George Foreman.
Big George
Greatest grill of all time.
The once and future heavyweight champion of the world.
I'm surprised we just getting a movie about him, to tell you the truth.
Listen to me, George. You got a punch like I've never seen. But in every battle, the greatest fool that we will come back
all working
isn't here.
It's like, I ain't got too much time left.
You live one way your whole life.
I'm doing everything.
Thank you for this food.
George should change his name from Foreman to Poor Man.
To hurt.
What's my name now, fool?
Yep. The new heavyweight champion of the world.
Where's all that rage coming
Don't have any rage.
got a little bit of
He
range.
becomes all you know.
Let's thank God for the food, though.
I bought the food, mama.
George Foreman ain't no new champ. He is the new champ. We gonna get it on because we don't get along. Foreman goes down.
Not goes down. Get up, Foreman.
Who said that?
Nobody said nothing, George. Whoa. Your heart stopped. We thought you was dead.
I was. I'm done. I'm not going to box anymore.
Do you know what you're walking away from, son?
I want to spread the word of God and what I saw.
How's being a preacher going?
Yes. Yeah.
Harder than getting punched in the face.
Sometimes it feels about the same. Hey, fellas, come on and enjoy yourself.
Power company said we never paid the bill.
Really? There's only two things I know how to do. That's box and preach. And preaching won't pay the bills. You made me something once, Doc. You can do it again. It is my destiny to win the heavyweight championship belt again. Last time they saw me, I looked like Superman.
But now you look like the Michelin Man. This ain't no beauty contest.
Michael Moore. He's 26 and unstoppable.
How can you beat that man?
Foreman is considered an old man in this young man's game.
It's now or it's never.
Mr. Foreman, that funny little grill deal you signed is starting to generate some substantial checks.
Really?
All right.
I'm surprised they chose a big old fat guy like me to sell a grill to help people get lean.
Except I'm just surprised that they're just making a movie about George Foreman. This is what interesting. Next to Muhammad Ali, I think George Foreman, heavyweight wise, is probably the most prolific, well-known, and that's also because of the grills. I'm surprised somebody didn't fast track that after the success of Ali. How long ago? It's been 14, 15 years since that movie came out, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since Ali came out.
Right. And we done got Creed and all kind of stuff since then. Should have
Yeah.
been had George Foreman on the screen.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like what I expect from a George Foreman movie. It looks inspirational.
Yeah.
And I will say this is something now that I guess as a younger man I never took stock of or never really comprehended. The fact that he literally was away from boxing for 20 years and then came back and won. It poses two questions. One, is boxing fixed? Because that really doesn't seem possible. Like it should actually happen.
Right.
But two, just the unbelievableness of it that he actually came back and won. And especially, the gentleman who's playing him, like that's what he looked like when he came back with the belly and everything. Like he was, mind you, especially back then, I think you had a lot more different body types when it came to heavyweight boxing. I think now, and again, I'm not into boxing like that. When I've seen people are mostly lean and trim and, pretty muscular, not overly muscular. But you had a lot of different body types when it came to heavyweight realm back then. So he wasn't out of place, but he was, away for the game like 20 years and then came back and it was killing in many respects. So I can't say this is something I would see in the theater, personally speaking. Just This seems like something made for streaming, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I'm gonna wait for them to tell me where I need to stream it at. Nothing against George Foreman. We was just having a lovely conversation with Kuya about the impact of the grill, greatest grill of all time.
Yes.
If I'm gonna say that. I don't care what everybody else got going on, Black and Decker, whoever else made grills. You're not messing with the George Foreman. It was really doing what it said it was gonna do, taking all the bad stuff out, making your meat lean. Great job on the grill, George, if you watch it.
Another shout out. Another shout out to Sonia Sean in that video playing his mama, Kima Greggs on The Wire. Still looking good at almost 60.
All of that. Everybody, Mr. Fishburne, you as well. Everybody's great. I really appreciate it. Again, rooting for everybody Black. Shout out to Issa Rae because that's literally my motto.
That's what Forrest Whitaker and everything. Right.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Forrest Whitaker.
Everything.
Yeah, got to
get that. Make that money.
Feel like at this point,
this is the one thing. This is one thing I see, and it touch on that point. These Black actors that I've grown up with, who finally make names for themselves. This is the one benefit of streaming. Like I know we've talked about streaming, how it's just a flood of crap in many respects, but there's so many projects. These cats could pop up in anything, get a check, 2 episodes, bounce, and go to something else.
Yeah,
and they're getting their money that they deserve for all of the dues they put in, because there's so many projects going on. And that's why Forrest Whitaker's popping up in everything. A lot of other Black actors that we know of are popping up in everything nowadays, because there's so many things for them to do. And especially with streaming, they can get in, get out. Look, Jamie Foxx. He has 2 movies on Netflix. I still haven't watched Day Shift yet, which I still plan on watching. But that the Power movie, I really like that one. Streaming is just giving all these actors. And what Jamie Foxx had a sitcom on Netflix at one point in time too, which wasn't that great, unfortunately. But sitcoms being good, totally different show and subject matter. But I really like that we're seeing these actors, Black actors particularly, but a lot of actors who've been around for a while, regardless of their nationality, who are popping up in everything and getting that money because of all of the different streaming platforms. So kudos to them, straight up.
I agree, because it's a different game these days, and they playing it well. As for the movie, it looks like what I would expect, like you said, from a boxing movie. I'm not like blown away. I do want to understand the story of George Foreman a little bit more. I was never like super into boxing, and George Foreman was ahead of my time. He's really impactful on me in the kitchen. So I would like to see, how he built his name and his reputation. Like I said, the movie theater, I probably won't make it to a theater near me to see that movie. However, when it comes to a streaming service near me, it's a different story. Don't know where y'all gonna put it at. When y'all decide, you know what I'm saying, let us know.
That's a Sony picture. I think they got a first look deal with Netflix, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So I'll end up on Netflix. Keep an eye out on Netflix. Netflix, they good about promoting stuff. I keep an eye out for Netflix. And Mr. Foreman, again, if you're watching, go ahead and bring the grill back if you want to, because I feel like in today, you could still come back. Do it again. Do the 20-year gap again.
So.
Come
Didn't
back.
They rebrand it like the lean machine or something? Like, he came out with different stuff. I think the patent expired or something like that.
Really?
Because there's like a time frame on these patents. And
other people can start.
If you notice, a couple of years ago, there were a lot of companies who had grills out that were very similar to the Foreman grill. So I think there may have been an issue with the patent, and then they pivoted. If I may be wrong, I know as much as you do from the commercials and everything they put out, and what I see in the stores. But I know those things happen all the time, though, especially when you have sort of novel technology or appliances and things, and then after a few years, then the knockoffs start to come out. But the Foreman grill, it took a while before you saw knockoffs come out. So that's why I would assume like the patent, or maybe there was either the patent expired, or companies just, it took them that long to find a way around the patent to do what they needed.
Right.
So,
well, if you decide, you know what I'm saying, I will get a grill, because my meat ain't been lean like that. I needed to be lean like I had it when the George Foreman was doing his thing. Or if you want to step into the air fryer business, just saying, because
look,
air fryer is the king. But
Instapot, the George Foreman Instant Pot.
Come on,
just do a branding deal with that.
That's it. Listen, George, boxing obviously out the way. The movie is probably going to do some numbers, maybe not what you would hope, but it's going to do something. Instapot, a new grill, just start a line. Air fry it to start a line, maybe throw some seasonings out there. I know if you hook up with Miss Tabitha, I'm pretty sure she could help you come up with something for the vegan folk. Look, his ideas out here. The movie, it looks like a good movie though. I have to catch it on streaming because the way my ticket's set up.
Brian.
Yes.
George Foreman has expanded.
Okay.
He got quesadilla makers.
Okay.
Indoor, outdoor grills, basic grills, advanced grills.
The movie was an extra check. Okay, George. That's what I like to hear. Matter of fact,
Brian, George Foreman Beyond Grill 7-in-1 electric indoor grill with air fryer technology.
Oh, listen, come on
for
now.
$110.
I can start my Christmas list now. I'm that kind of person. Let me figure out what
they ain't going nowhere. I think what it is, it's direct to customer now.
Okay, listen. That
one of
means
them's
I don't got to
in Target.
deal with Amazon maybe dropping my package. That's great.
I'm scrolling through a couple of them in Target, but yeah, it looks like direct to consumer. So they cutting out the middleman.
That's fantastic.
All right,
proud of George.
Let's go cut George another check. But right now we are currently on, where you're at, Nerds Rule the World. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at the NRW, on Instagram at News Wednesday. Of course, you're currently on YouTube, Alphabet's land. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe
right now, because George will knock your out. Okay.